Good afternoon, everyone. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we continue with our business English for business, and we finished Unit 6, and we start today Unit 7 with the title Departments. Departments, we spoke about this word before. قلنا إن معناها أقسام. So you divide a company into any company should be divided into a number of departments, such as sales departments, for example, or finance department, or human resources department, and so on and so forth. So you must be familiar with these names of different or various departments in companies in general. We have also a number of vocabs that we need to be familiar with that denote or refer to people. It's like we call it job titles. So, for example, if you look at these job titles, have a look at them, and so we can discuss them and what they stand for. The ones in one, like commercial manager, logistics manager, customer development director, financial director. So commercial manager is the first job title we have here. It this is one of the titles of job titles in companies. Usually, a commercial manager is responsible for business projects or new business projects. Logistics manager, responsible for or in charge with or deals with deliveries between factories. Customer development director, he's in charge of financial results and tax planning. Sorry, the financial director. Financial director is in charge of financial results and tax planning. Customer development director. He is in charge of things related to customers, and of course he controls or manages a number of customer service assistants. So let's read these paragraphs, and each one of them talks about these titles or job titles. The first one is done for us. So we have customer development director, customer development director. So the place he works in is Argentina. He manages sales teams in Argentina. So look at these verbs in bold. We're going to discuss them later. He manages sales teams in Argentina and plans strategy. Teamwork is very important in his job. Actually, teamwork is very important in every job. That's why he loves sport so much, because sport رياضة it involves a high degree of teamwork. So this is customer development director, مدير تطوير العملاء. The second of these job titles, we read it first. He is in charge of. In charge of means responsible for. Okay, in charge of. He is in charge of. This is like a fixed expression in English. So when someone is in charge of something, it means he is responsible for it. So he is in charge of financial results and tax. Financial has to do with finance, المال يعني. Financial results and tax planning for the Unilever Group in Brazil. This is the name of a company, Unilever Group. Because he is in finance, he works with he works with many different departments and checks their account. Check means to make sure that something is correct, to check. Um, Sometimes it means examination, like you do a medical check. Okay. So who is dealing with finance and um, and checking accounts? Someone who is in finance. So is it the commercial manager or the logistics manager or the financial director? So from the job title, we can recognize that it's the financial director. So we put financial director here in number 2. In number 3, we have Bala Maladi. Currently, at the present, now, at the present time, currently, he is responsible for. So responsible for um, means like to be in charge of. Okay, so the same meaning. So is responsible for that has the same meaning like is in charge of. He's responsible for new business ideas. New business ideas. For example, one new business project is to develop e-business in India. E-business means electronic business. Um, so to develop means what does to develop mean? Any ideas? If something develop or if you develop something, it means it becomes bigger and more successful. So you develop it. It's either it develop by itself or you develop something. Okay. Um, so what do you guess? Which of these titles, the two ones left now, the commercial manager or logistics manager? Who's responsible for new business? Yeah, thank you, Abdul Muhammad. Yes, it's commercial manager. So in number 3, we put commercial manager. Very good. The last of these job titles, this is a description. So Niveen Sendel, located in Turkey, what she does is she deals with, so when you deal with something means you do the tasks of a job. So you deal with, so she deals with delivery. Delivery, we talked this word before, delivery. You remember it? Between factories, warehouses. So she deals with delivery between factories, warehouses, and suppliers. In logistics, this is a word we in Arabic even we did like transliteration of it. We say دعم لوجستي or لوجستيات. Okay. In logistics, you control the movement of goods. Control. So what is the meaning of control? When you control something, you make this thing do what you want. So you control it. يسيطر أو يتحكم فيه. To control the movement of goods. حركة البضائع, the movement of goods. So everything has to be on time. On time means to be delivered on time. في الوقت المحدد لي يعني. On time. So the last thing left here is the logistics manager. So this is the job description of logistics manager. Right. So look at these verbs in bold. Manages, okay, is in charge of, checks, we forgot plan. So manages, plans, in charge of, okay, checks, responsible for, is responsible for, develop, deals with, control. So these verbs you need to know their meanings. So these are the meanings of these words, of these verbs. Okay, so the first two ones are done for you. It's the boss of people or company. So manages, I mean, this is the nearest meaning to what does it mean. When somebody is a boss of people or company, so he manages them. Yudir, okay? Someone who organizes a project in advance. So what he does is he plans. When you plan, you organize things in advance. So you do planning, تخطيط يعني. Okay, let's look at profile 2. Read these descriptions to know which of these two verbs in charge of and checks will be suitable here in these two sentences, A and B. We have two verbs, in charge of, checks. So let's think which one goes with which description. Right, so when you make sure information is correct, you make sure that the information is correct. So what are you doing is you are, yes, very good, checking. So you checks. So when you check something, it means that you make sure information is correct. So we put check here. Number B, manages someone or something. Manages someone or something means to be in charge of. So to be in charge of, this means that you manage someone or something. All right, let's move to profile 3. In profile 3, we have is responsible for. We said it means in charge of, the same meaning. Is responsible for, and we have the verb develop. So let's look at it. So profile 3, become bigger and more successful. So when something becomes bigger and more successful, it means that it, yes, yes, very good. It develops. It develops means to become bigger or become more successful. Develop. يتطور, ينمو, ينمي, يطور. As I said, as I told you, you can develop something or something can just develop by itself. انت ممكن تطور شيء او هذا الشيء يتطور من تلقاء ذاته. Okay, now we move to profile 4. Okay, this is profile 4. Which verbs we have? Do we have here? We have this verb deals with. Deals with. Okay. Deals with. And we have the verb control. So look at the A and B and let's see which verb goes with which description. Yes, very good. So when uh, you do the task of a job, it means that you are, yes, dealing with. So when you deal with something, means you does the tasks of a job. Okay, and when you make something do what you want, it's like you control it. You control it. So we put deal with here and we put control here at B. So when you control something or someone, you make him or her or this thing do what you want. You control. يتحكم أو يسيطر. Okay. Let's move on. Okay. So we have a number of sentences here from 1 to 5. I'd like you to read them first before we start the task. If you don't know the meaning of any of these words, let me know. We can discuss it. I'll give you a couple of minutes. Right. So the first sentence is I am a customer services assistant. I am a customer services assistant. Assistant. So I, which is correct, deal with or I'm in charge of customers every day. So the customer service assistant is he is responsible of the customers every day or he deals with customers every day? So which one makes sense? Yes? Yes, very good. So I deal with يعني يتعامل مع I deal with customers every day, which means this is like the task of my job. The task of my job is to deal with customers every day. Number 2, Jessica plans or is responsible for 10 people in her section. Her section is like a small unit of a department. So is she plans or she is responsible for 10 people in her section? Yes? Yes, very good. So she is responsible for, okay, because you don't plan 10 people. It doesn't make sense. You don't plan people. You plan a project, you plan something, but you can be responsible for people. So Jessica is responsible for 10 people in her section. This is the right answer. Number 3, the IT department develops or controls the computers in all the offices. The IT department, yes, the IT department controls. Very good. They control, which means they make the computers do what they want. Okay. So the IT department controls the computers in all the offices. Number 4, production deals with the products. So production is a department, and this department deals with the products. قسم الإنتاج بيتعامل مع المنتجات أو المنتوجات. But R&D, what is R&D? This is an abbreviation, اختصار يعني. So abbreviation for what? R and B and D. Try to guess. حاول نخمن. R stands for, yes, very good, research, and D, development. Research and development. Okay. It's البحث والتطوير. Research and development. Manages or develops new products. Manages or develops. Yes, develops. So production deals with the products, but R&D develops. So we choose develops new products. The last sentence, I work for Gilherm, the financial director. Sometimes, this is the name of a person, okay? Gilherm, the financial director. Sometimes he asks me to control or check for his work for him. So to check, to make sure something is correct. So he asks me to check his work for him. He doesn't want to make any mistakes, so he wants me to revise his work to make sure the information is correct. So to check, we choose to check. Right. So we have here a number of jobs, and we can like describe these jobs as he did in the profiles or on the previous page. So we have air traffic controller, movement of aeroplanes. So we want to make a sentence like this, for example, an air traffic controller controls the movement of airplanes. He controls the movement of airplanes. تحكم في حركة الطيران. الاير traffic control. المراقبة الجوية. مراقبة الحركة الجوية. So let's see the second picture. Look at it. I give you 1 minute to figure out what's this. So we have teachers and we have students. So we think of what teachers do to students. We have engineer and projects, مهندس ومشروعات. We have team leaders and team. We have production manager and factory. So we try to think of making one sentence from each photo. I give you a couple of minutes. Right? So let's start with the teacher. Teacher and teachers. What do teachers do? So we can say teachers. So we need one of these verbs which we just studied, like manages, plans, develop, in charge of, checks, controls, deals with. So let's choose the verb check. So teachers check. Teachers check. On a check means to make sure information is correct. So when teachers check, they check what? Teachers check students' work. Very good. So teachers check students' work. Our students' homework. Our students' assignments. So teachers check students' work or homework. Okay, somebody wants to say another sentence about teachers. We can say also teachers are responsible for their students. Teachers are responsible for their students. So teachers are responsible for their students. Okay, so we have a couple of sentences here that describe teachers in this photo. So we can say teachers check students' work, or we can say teachers are responsible for their students. Okay, the second photo about the engineer, as you see. So we have an engineer here, and what does an engineer do to projects, مشاريع? So we can say an engineer, yes, an engineer controls projects, controls project. So on the control means to make something do what you want. Okay, or something go the way you want. We can also say an engineer deals with projects. deals with projects يعني does the tasks of a certain job. So again, an engineer controls projects or an engineer deals with projects. The following photo is team leaders and team. So we can say team leaders manage the team. Team leaders manage the team. Means to manage means to become the boss of people or company. So the team leader is like the boss of the group of the team, or the members of the team. Also, we can say team leaders are in charge of a team. They are in charge of means to be in charge of means to manage something or someone. So he's managing them. The last photo, we have a production manager and a factory. So we can say a production manager is responsible for the factory. ومسؤول عن الفactory, production manager. Or we can say a production manager checks the machines in the factory. He can check anything as well. So he checks means to make sure information, something is correct or working properly or working the way he wants. So a production manager checks the machines in the factory. Okay. All right. We move on to the next exercise, exercise 5. So we have here different departments on the left side of the table which you have. So you have logistics, finance, sales, information technology, IT, research and development, R&D, human resources, HR, marketing, customer services, and production. So these are various or different departments of a company. Okay. And in the mid, we have the verbs. Works with is responsible for, deals with, plans, controls, is in charge of, manages, develops, checks, organizes. So in the mid, we have verbs. And then on the right hand side, we have nouns, objects, مفعول يعني في الجملة. So we have suppliers, customers, information, employees, deliveries, machinery, other departments, products, money, computers. Do you have any difficulties in understanding these words or verbs? If so, let me know. So let's know which department does what. So each of these departments does something. So we have to match, okay? So the first one is done for us. Logistics plans. طيب حد ممكن يقول لي logistics دي بتنتهي باس جمع يعني زي الفيرب plans. لا هو هنا مقصود بيها قسم اللوجيستكس، اوكي؟ logistics department. القسم مفرد so we add s to the verb in the present simple tense. So logistics plans deliveries from suppliers. So we take the verb plans with logistics, and the verb plans is followed by deliveries from suppliers. Okay. So we try to make a sentence from these three different sections of the table. Okay, let's talk about finance. Finance, let's say finance, yes, which verb would we choose? Finance deals with, very good, deals with what? Finance, قلنا finance اللي هو قسم الايه؟ قسم الماليات, very good. يبقى الفاينانس قسم المالية هيتعامل مع deals with what? Deals with money, very good, deals with money. So finance deals with money. The next one, sales المبيعات قسم المبيعات sales works with okay I'll do the verb for you works with what المبيعات بيتعامل مع مين بيبيع لمين very good صح بيبيع للعملاء أو الزبائن اللي هم إيه بقى in English customers customers so sales works with customers sales works with customers the following one IT stands for information technology the I stands for the word information and the T stands for technology تقنية المعلومات ال IT أو technology أو information technology is responsible for مسؤول عن إيه is responsible for yes the last word computers excellent يبقى IT is responsible for computers right the following one RD R&D what is R&D قلنا اختصار abbreviation for what stands for what R&D stands for research and development research and development البحث والتطوير research and development develops products very good develops products okay the following one is HR اللي هو human resources HR works with other departments it works with other departments and then we have marketing اللي هو التسويق marketing organizes what organizes information very good تنظم المعلومات marketing organizes information and then we have customer services خدمة العملاء قسم خدمة العملاء deals with أكيد هيتعامل مع مين مع ال customers deals with customers طيب production الإنتاج production مثلا ناخد verb checks what checks ايه اللي بيطلع الإنتاج اللي هو الماشينري الآلات so production checks machinery very good so now you should be familiar with the meaning of these verbs and the meanings and what each abbreviation stands for in the departments. Let's move on. So, when a word, like a verb, ends with S, as you see, the word work, to work يعمل works المضارع بسيط, it ends with S. So, and the S here is pronounced as S, works, no problem. But sometimes this S can be pronounced as Z, like the verb to be مثلا في المضارع is, is, so is. So the S is pronounced like Z. ال S هنا تنطق مثل الصوت Z. طيب manages. This is a verb that ends with ES. بس هنا بننطق ال S زي ما يكون IZ. فنقول manages. So look at the difference in pronunciation. Works, S. Is Z. Manages, is. So it pronounced is. So let's look at these words and recognize how it is pronounced. Number one, deals. Very good. Z, just Z. Type plans. Okay, also Z here. Type organizes. Organizes. IZ, very good. And that's like manages, organizes. Okay, products. Yes, we can note here in number 4 products. And here it pronounces it is pronounced S. Type departments. Departments. So again, it's S. Number 6, computers. Yes, like that. Number 7, controls. Controls again like that. طيب develops again Z. Okay, number 9, resources. Resources is, yes, it's like manages. Okay, so you have to be careful with the way you pronounce these words. We turn on the page. We move on now. Okay, let's look at this. Prepositions of place and movement. So prepositions means حروف الجر في اللغة الإنجليزية. Okay. We have here a number of prepositions like on, next to, okay, below, behind. So these are prepositions. So we have Jim Perman plans a visit to Olivia Gonzalez's company. Okay, he plans a visit. Plans a visit. قلنا الverb plan معناه plans means to organize something in advance. So read Olivia's email to Jem. So Olivia sent him an email. There is one mistake in her directions, and she gives him directions. You have to do توصف له اتجاهات, how to reach her office. Look at the map and find the mistake. But there is one mistake in this description, and we have to look at the map. Okay, so look at the map. In the map, we have this arrow from below, and then we have security here on the left, security kiosk or mm, um, or office, and then we have the factory here, and then a number of different offices here. So I give you a couple of minutes to read this description. Okay, so subject, send an email, subject موضوع في الإيميل, next week and directions. Hi Jam, I'm glad you have all day next Tuesday. I'm glad means I'm pleased. We'll have, so we will have time to look around the factory, قيام بجولة يعني. Please find attached a map. Find attached a map. So this is a map. When you come with your car driving, there's a security cabin on the left. Oh, this is a security cap on the left على اليسار يعني. And the factory is behind it. And the factory is behind it. Behind means at the back of it. Our offices are next to مجاور the factory, and the car park is below the offices. The car park is below the offices. So park there and take the lift. Park there and take the lift. Lift اللي هو elevator يعني مثلا. My office is on the second floor. My office is on the second floor. But go to reception first. Go to reception first. Reception أو مكتب استقبال. See you soon. See you soon. Olivia training Whitley's paints. قسم التدريب training. Okay. So what is the mistake here? So she told him, okay, when you drive in, there is security cabin on the left and the factory is behind it. So let's imagine this blue arrow is the car. So if you're driving in, is the security on your left or on your right? Yes, very good. The security is on your right hand. So this is a mistake. A security cabin on the right, not left. So left is incorrect. It should be replaced by نكتب هنا شرطة كده مايلة على left ونكتب فوقها right. So this is a mistake. طيب let's know the meaning of these. On the left طبعا معناها على اليسار. On the right على اليمين. Behind يعني خلف. Offices are next to بجانب next to. So the offices here are next to the factory بجانب المصنع. The car park is below يعني أسفل أو تحت. On the second floor في الطابق الثاني. On the second floor. So beware of prepositions. خلي بالنا من prepositions لأنه we cannot translate them literally. يعني ما ينفعش أقول في الطابق الثاني فأقول in، لأن مع عندنا ترجمة شائعة لأنه في معناها in. أوكي معناها in في سياقات معينة، بس هنا في جملة زي مثلا في الطابق الثاني ما بنقولش في الإنجليزي in the second floor، بنقول on the second floor. On the second floor. فأحيانا ال prepositions بتكون causes confusion or mistakes. طيب let's move to the next exercise. So again we have here it's like a map. So we have a car park اللي هو مواقف مثلا السيارات. reception مكتب الاستقبال. R&D research and development department. We have production department. وعندنا برضو هنا في الطابق الأعلى administration ومع ده الفاينانس. لو في طابق أعلى يبقى في ال HR ال human resources وفي cafeteria. وأعلى طابق في conference room غرفة مؤتمرات. و MD اللي هو ممكن يكون المانجمنت دايركتور مثلا. طيب so this is like a map of a building، والbuilding ده مكون من أدوار. ده موقع كار بارك، وبعدين الدور اللي فوقه في كذا وكذا وكذا وهكذا. So it's like a building. Okay, so let's choose, according to the map, let's choose the correct answer of these propositions. So production is on. ده البرودكشن، هنا موجود البرودكشن قسم الإنتاج. On the left ولا right of reception؟ هنا reception. يبقى البرودكشن موجود على يمين الريسبشن. So this is reception على يمينه موجود production. يبقى production is on the very good the right of reception. The right of reception. طيب finance، فين الفاينانس؟ هنا الفاينانس. Is above or below human HR؟ هنا ال HR. الفاينانس أسفل منه يبقى below. Finance is below HR. طيب لو الوقت خلص بتاع المحاضرة هذه على الزوم يعني هنكمل التمرين في محاضرة لاحقة إن شاء الله. The MD's اللي هو Management Director Office is between or next to the conference room. هنا ال conference room. between محتاجة شيئين. عشان استعمل between محتاج شيئين. هنا شيء واحد ما ينفعش استخدم between. يبقى هو بجانب next to. Number 4 the cafeteria is on the second ولا third floor؟ هنا الكافيتيريا. طيب ده الكار بارك، ده الدور الأرضي، ده الدور الأول، ده الدور الثاني. so this is the second floor. بس حد أمريكا ممكن يقول لي بس عادي ده أنا بسمي ده الدور الأول، ده الدور الثاني، ده الدور الثالث. فلو أنت بتستعمل البريتش انجلش ده الكار بارك، ده بيسموه الجراوند فلور الدور الأرضي، ويبدأ يعد من فوق الدور الأرضي يقول ده دور أول، ده دور تاني، ده دور تالت. خلاص يبقى لو أنت بتستعمل بريتش انجلش هتقول إن هي في السكند فلور. طيب لو بتستعمل أمريكا هتقول ده الكار بارك، ده الدور الأول، ده الدور التاني، ده الدور التالت. يبقى كافيتيريا في الدور التالت. So both الإجابتين صحيحتين according to وفقا للإنجليزية التي تستعملها أو رؤيتك أنت بتسمي ده الدور الأرضي ولا الدور الأول. Number 5 the car park is in front of or below reception. هنا الكار بارك وهنا reception. طيب هل هو أمامه ولا أسفل منه؟ يبقى أسفل منه below reception. طيب number 6 the last one R&D research and development. قسم research and development is موجود فين؟ in ولا between reception and production؟ أنا عندي شيئين أهو between reception and production بينهم الاثنين. يبقى between بتحتاج شيئين عشان تكون functional وظيفيا صح أو grammatically صح. يبقى نختار between اللي هي بينه. اوكي. طيب في اختلافات احيانا بين اليو كي انجلش واليو اس انجلش، بيختلفوا في الفوكابلري، احيانا بيبقى في اختلافات في الجرامر، بس خلينا هنا في الفوكابلري يعني المفردات. في البريتش انجلش او اليو كي انجلش بيقولوا جراوند فلور اللي هو الدور الارضي. الامريكان انجلش يسموه الفيرست فلور الدور الاول. طيب اليو كي انجلش يقولوا تويلت اللي هو الريست روم او التويلت. في اليو اس انجلش يسموه ريست روم بيت الراحه. طيب اليو كي انجلش يقولوا ليفت ال اي اف تي اللي هو المصعد. في اليو اس انجلش يسموه elevator. وفي اشياء اخرى كتير، يعني مثلا اليو كي انجلش يقولوا لوري، عربيه نقل كبيره لوري. في اليو اس انجلش يسموها تراك. فدي اختلافات في الفوكابلري we should be aware of. طبعا احيانا في اختلافات في السبيلنج بتاع الكلمات، يعني كلمه color مثلا لون، في البريتش انجلش يضيفوا يو سي او ال او يو ار. في الامريكان ما فيش، يقولوا سي او ال او ار بس من غير يو. فأحيانا برضه في اختلافات في the spelling of some words although the meaning the same، يعني معنى الكلمة واحد وعادي، واستعملها هنا زي استعملها هنا، بس طريقة كتابتها بتختلف. في حرف مش موجود في ال US English يحذفوا اليو. Okay, so we stop here and inshallah we continue the rest of the unit in the next lecture. If you have any question, you can ask me now. I will be available at Blackboard while you are listening to this lecture, so we can continue our discussion on Blackboard. Thank you very much for your attention. I'm just recording this lecture for you, so you can get back to it anytime you want.